Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke the out of you when I see you.
It's involving some news that broke yesterday involving Shannon Sharpe, my colleague at ESPN and my friend. The Hall of Fame tight end was sued on Sunday by a woman proceeding under the name Jane Doe pseudonym.
I do not think that the rape element is true. I do think that he has been behaving sloppily, and so that has caught up with him, and I understand ESPN's decision here. But the accidental hilarity that happened in this situation...
Why a 54-year-old man is dating a 19, 20-year-old? I know y'all like to be out here bragging about smashing these young things, but that's not a flex to me. You 54 years old, you should be laid up with your wife and kids, taking your cholesterol medicine, minding your damn business. We need discipline and stability.
NFL Hall of Famer, famous sports journalist, and First Take co-host Shannon Sharpe is now at the center of major public controversy. A woman using the pseudonym Jane Doe has come forward with disturbing allegations of rape and assault. The story has gone viral on social media, prompting widespread reaction from public figures, including Stephen A. Smith and Candace Owens.
ESPN host Shannon Sharpe is being hit with some serious allegations, y'all. A woman has filed a $50 million lawsuit accusing him of rape and sexual assault during what she says was a nearly 2-year relationship. She's also claiming he recorded their intimate moments without consent.
The accusations are so graphic, direct, and disturbing that they've quickly dominated online conversations. While some of Shannon Sharpe's fans call for accountability, others remain skeptical. But what exactly are the claims, and how are media figures, analysts, and influencers responding to this explosive case? The court of public opinion is in full force, with fiery debates on First Take and viral Twitter threads reminding everyone that Sharpe remains innocent until proven guilty. Some voices are advocating for calm and patience, while others stress the severity of the charges and question Sharpe's future in broadcasting. So what's really going on, and how is this controversy shaping Sharpe's career and public image? Let's break it down.
Oh, you have? Hell no! How about a lawsuit waiting to happen? No, sir.
It all started on April 20th, when a woman identified only as Jane Doe filed a $50 million lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe. The charges include rape, sexual assault, and abuse. However, the claims go even deeper. According to the lawsuit, not only did Sharpe allegedly abuse her, but he also secretly recorded their intimate encounters and shared the footage with others. Jane Doe is seeking $50 million in damages, stating that the experience caused her severe emotional distress and lasting physical harm.
Into him allegedly insisting they record their sexual activity, sometimes without her knowledge, him sharing those videos with others, him allegedly telling her that he would do things to her that, quote, would make no other man want her, that he allegedly manipulated her, controlled her, threatened her, intimidated her, was able to gain access to her apartment complex without her permission.
In a startling turn of events, Shannon Sharpe isn't just denying the allegations, he's launching a full-blown counterattack. The NFL Hall of Famer has publicly declared the accusations to be entirely false, framing them as part of a disturbing trend led by attorney Tony Buzbee, whom he accuses of consistently targeting high-profile black men. Sharpe claims the lawsuit is a calculated smear campaign aimed at damaging his name and extorting money. He even pointed to past cases involving celebrities like Jay-Z to support his claims.
This is all being orchestrated by Tony Buzbee, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Buzbee targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine.
But things took an even more dramatic turn when Sharpe made a bombshell allegation of his own. He claimed that attorney Tony Buzbee might be preparing to leak a heavily edited sex tape to sway public opinion. Sharpe, however, insisted he's ready for it, stating, "I have the complete unedited video, and if necessary, I will release it myself to prove the truth."
That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by also known as on OnlyFans. Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
This latest twist has sparked even more questions. Is a high-profile black celebrity being unfairly targeted in a legal ambush? Or is Shannon Sharpe trying to get ahead of a damaging revelation? The scandal escalated when Sharpe pledged to fight, back with full force. Momentum seemed to shift in his favor after he released what he claims are text messages from Jane Doe, in which she allegedly requested the very acts she's now calling abuse. Verified by Sharpe's legal team, the screenshots appear to show explicit consent. One particularly startling message reads, "Put a dog collar on me, choke me."
October 2023, where Jane Doe seemingly messages Sharpe, "I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're bleeping me."
The scandal intensified further as the New York Post published explosive new text messages that appear to go beyond simple consent, showing Jane Doe explicitly requested the acts she now labels as abuse. In one message, she writes, "Tie me, up and do bad things to me." Another reads, "You must..."
Now, the New York Post reporting on other messages allegedly from Jane Doe, like, "Tie me up and do bad things to me. I know you missed this big juicy bleep, $25K for each cheek. Tie me up like this and bleep me," with Sharpe replying, "If I knew how to, I would." She then allegedly wrote back, "It's okay, I have handcuffs. We can stick to those for now."
The evidence challenging Jane Doe's allegations has now reached what many are calling a point of no return. Among the latest leaked messages, she doesn't just consent to rough behavior, she actively begs for it. In one explicit text, she writes, "I want to be abused, Daddy." This wasn't vague or implied. It was a clear, direct expression of her desires. According to Sharpe's camp, this goes beyond typical BDSM roleplay. It was her stated fantasy, documented in her own words.
Jane Doe also allegedly writing, "I want like some hardcore BDSM action though, and feeling kind of freaky lately." And then you have this apparent message from March 14th, 2024, "I want to be abused, Daddy." And then another message from last year where she apparently wrote him, "I've always wanted a black baby." Now, Lonnie Davis commented that, quote, "The evidence paints a clear..."
Just as Shannon Sharpe's legal defense appeared to be gaining traction, the case took a dramatic turn with new evidence that could upend everything. Jane Doe has released a disturbing audio recording that allegedly captures Sharpe in a moment of intense aggression. In the clip, a voice identified as Sharpe is heard insisting on choking her, even as she pleads, "I don't want to be choked." The recording has sent shockwaves through the public, casting serious doubt on the narrative put forth by Sharpe.
Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like...
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a dick to me now, so...
I don't want to be... Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Just as Shannon Sharpe's defense seemed to be gaining momentum, a shocking new audio recording has emerged that could significantly alter the direction of this case. In the leaked clip, Jane Doe is heard clearly resisting Sharpe's insistence that she go out with him, but the situation intensifies when he allegedly pressures her not just for her presence, but disturbingly to choke her in public. When she protests, Sharpe reportedly becomes even more insistent, leading Jane to respond with a cutting comment, "Big black man choking small white woman." This new evidence has sparked renewed debate and could have serious consequences for the ongoing legal battle.
You're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Daddy.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
The Shannon Sharpe legal drama has quickly become the hottest topic on social media, with celebrities, analysts, and influencers all weighing in. As the back-and-forth accusations continue to escalate, high-profile figures have taken sides. Some defend Sharpe, while others call for accountability. Hot takes are flooding in from all directions. Some argue this is a calculated attack on a successful black man, referencing Sharpe's claims about attorney Tony Busby's alleged history of targeting prominent figures. Others contend that the allegations are too serious to overlook, regardless of Sharpe's fame or reputation. The fallout from these explosive allegations has hit especially close to home for one of Sharpe's closest colleagues, Stephen A. Smith. Known for his unfiltered commentary, the First Take host took a more personal approach when discussing the scandal involving his friend and co-host. In an emotional response, Smith expressed how deeply the situation affected him, saying, "I've said it before and I'll say it again. I pray to God Shannon is innocent in this." His words highlight the difficult position of supporting a respected colleague while navigating the weight of such serious allegations as the legal process
for Shannon Sharpe, and I'm sincerely hopeful and prayerful that he is completely innocent of the allegations that have been levied against him. I can't sit here and speak to his innocence or guilt.
While Stephen A. Smith made it clear that he's praying for his colleague Shannon Sharpe, he didn't hesitate to criticize Sharpe's decision to publicly release private text messages and explicit details online. In a rare moment of measured advice, Smith cautioned, "The most difficult thing for anyone in this situation is to stay low, let the legal process work." His message was direct. Sharpe's aggressive social media counterattack, which included sharing graphic content, might ultimately
on
be
X
doing more harm than good.
Yesterday, and they mentioned her name, and they revealed some of those explicit text messages. That was uncomfortable. And I don't know if that's a strategy that would work. One of the hardest things in the world for all of us to do is to just lay low and be quiet. And let our legal team do it. And we don't always know whether or not that's the right thing to do.
While many have danced around the issue, Charlemagne the God went straight to the heart of the Shannon Sharpe controversy with his trademark no-holds-barred perspective. Reflecting on past interviews with Sharpe, Charlemagne highlighted the irony of a man who once preached about discipline and responsibility now being caught up in such a scandal. His commentary suggested that Sharpe may have failed to practice what he preached, particularly in his interactions with much younger
Shannon with
women.
Andrew Schultz, and he was just talking about all of the ways he avoids situations like this. I don't know if y'all saw that part of the conversation. How he don't even want to be on the elevator with a woman and stuff like that. It's the same thing with this. You know, a lack of discipline and stability can increase the chances of a situation like this happening. You're 54 years old and 19 year old, 20-year-old.
No, you're right.
It's like, come on. If you're going to be that disciplined with everything else, you got to be disciplined all across the board.
But you know what's going to happen now?
Charlemagne Thawad examined the Shannon Sharpe scandal in great detail, offering a critical yet balanced perspective. He emphasized that the legal consequences are still uncertain, even though he made it clear that Sharpe's actions warranted investigation. Charlemagne stressed that, regardless of criminal liability, the morality clauses in Sharpe's contracts have already led to significant financial consequences, a harsh reality for any public figure caught up in controversy. Charlemagne also pointed out the ambiguity surrounding the released recording, questioning whether it was a case of consensual role play or something more troubling. He argued that it's difficult to make definitive judgments without clear evidence of coercion. However, He was firm in his stance that if Sharpe had broken the law, he should be tried just like anyone else.
Yeah.
I'm sure Disney still has moral clauses, though. Like, you know, regardless of, you know, anything, I don't know if anything he did was criminal, but there's still moral clauses. But time out, I think you're missing something. There's an audio phone call of him saying that he was going to choke her. Now, whether or not that was role playing or not, it's perceived as a video. It's of a Shannon Sharpe saying he's going to choke this 19-year-old girl, however old she is.
Right.
So that is enough to say, hey, you know what? You need to sit down for a while.
Conservative commentator Candace Owens weighed in on the Shannon-Sharpe debate with a bold stance, asserting that Sharpe is being framed. Owens suggested that this could be another instance of a high-profile black man being targeted, pointing to the exposed text messages as evidence that contradicts the allegations. However, she didn't stop there. Owens offered a sobering reminder. The court doesn't care about feelings, only facts. She emphasized that even if Sharpe's supporters believe he is being wronged, the legal system requires tangible proof, not just public sentiment.
The media.
So here's my take. I think it is probably true that he was set up. It's hard to feel bad for him, but of course, in the courtroom, it's not about who you feel bad for or whether or not you think he's a moral man.
Her analysis suggests that the leaked text and audio don't match the violent assault allegation. But this doesn't mean Sharpe emerges unscathed. The damage to his reputation is already significant, and the financial consequences could be serious.
It is about whether or not you believe that Shannon Sharpe raped this young woman. And with what I've seen in terms of the text messages thus far, I do not believe that it is likely that this was a rape scenario. It does look like a shakedown to me. And that's difficult for me to say as someone who does not appreciate this man whatsoever.
The Shannon Sharpe scandal has become a cultural flashpoint, highlighting the complexities of power, consent, and media scrutiny. Sharpe maintains his innocence, framing the lawsuit as a targeted attack by an attorney with a history of going after high-profile black men. His release of alleged text messages, where Jane Doe appears to consent and even requests rough treatment, has added confusion, leading many to question her credibility. However, leaked audio complicates matters, showing a moment where Sharpe seems to push past clear resistance. Legal experts are divided on whether this is evidence of coercion or simply taken out of context as role play. The damage to Sharpe's reputation is undeniable, and financially, he's already paying the price, with morality clauses threatening his career. As the debate intensifies, the question remains, are these legitimate allegations against Shannon Sharpe, or is this a calculated attempt to target a famous athlete? Both sides have presented compelling evidence, from disturbing audio recordings to intimate text exchanges suggesting consent.